He's a Nigerian actor, accountant, entrepreneur. He began his career in the banking and music industry before venturing into the Nigerian movie industry. Welcome with us, Bolanle Ninalowo, popularly known as Nino B in the building.
You're wearing the name.
First of all, we got to congratulate you for your book. We've been seeing it all over social media.
Thank you.
Goodness me.
Thank you so much.
So tell us in a nutshell why you wrote that book and what it's about.
Well, the book is about my life. It's an autobiography. I've gone from shame to fame. I've been through a lot in life, and I figured my transparency could lead to some other people's transformation in life. And what's the essence of God answering your prayers if you're not going to use it to inspire somebody else? So I figured the best way for me to communicate that was write a book about my life, about my success, my trials and tribulations, and
fantastic.
So we are your Jobestina fans. 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 So this is your English. We don't understand.
Can you drop it a
out the
bit?
streets.
Our
I
street.
thought you people were posh now.
Please come down to our level.
Out the streets.
Oh my God.
So I've watched your movies. I think that you're a fantastic actor. And
Thank you. I appreciate that.
And we realize that many people that make the move, crossover from like a structured banking industry into this, they tend to like go through a rough patch in the beginning. And since you said that you've had shame to grace story, we want you to detail that rough patch. Tell us about the journey, how you transitioned into acting, and help inspire those that are thinking that it doesn't make sense, I don't want to take the risk, or let me just jump in, it's going to be all rosy in real terms.
Oh, well, my success is not acting per se. My success is making it here in Nigeria. Acting was just a process. It was a part of the journey. My goal about 10 years ago was the African dream. I grew up in America, so I wanted to relocate to Nigeria and make it here, make a name for myself and do something like, the Dibanjis, the Weez Kids, and all the success stories that I see, that inspired my movement. So I did a lot of things before even acting. I just wanted to make a name for myself and find why I existed, you get? So, like they say, you have to do many things to figure out what your goal is in life. You have to say yes to many things. And when you figure out what that goal is, then you start saying no to many things so you can focus on that goal. So that's what I did. I just needed to realize what was for me. And I did a lot of things in that process. I failed so many times. And what people didn't realize was I was failing forward. So I failed my way to success today, and I figured it was just time at that moment for me to share the story.
Fantastic.
You don't live forever.
So one of such that I heard from your interview, when you were promoting Picture Perfect, you were on Wake Up Nigeria on TVC, and I listened to you talk about how your marriage was failing at the time. So after the interview, myself and YK were asking, what would you like? I said, you'd like your family back. How did you make that work? Why I want you to share it is because of a lot of people, like Tope mentioned during our banter, are afraid of this institution called marriage. So the failures that happen for some people, the first failure is usually the end of it. How did you get back your family? How did you make that particular aspect of your life work?
So there's no achievement without grace. I prayed a lot to God. I begged God a lot for forgiveness for a lot of my wrongdoings. I needed to realize, I needed to step outside the box, and I needed to date myself. And when I tried that, I hated me. I wouldn't want to date myself, So that moment of me, that moment of realization made me reflect to see what I was doing wrong to the other person, And the first thing is, marriage, love is caring, is patientless. You know what I'm saying? It's the first thing. If you can date yourself, if you can try that. Look in the mirror. Look at the things you do. Like if my significant other did a million of the things I've done in my life, I don't even think she should ever want to see a person like me again. So that's the first thing, is honesty. You know what I'm saying? The first part of wisdom is honesty. If you want to achieve anything in life, you got to be honest with yourself. I knew what was right for me. So it's not about any other person. That's the first thing you need to realize in marriage. It's not about your friends. It's not about any other person, but you alone and the other person.
Right.
You know what I mean? So not all marriages are meant to be. Not all will work, but the foundation in which it's built, You know, it's something, sometimes in life you're going to have to be able to connect the dots backwards.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? So I just
wisdom.
reflected and took a
Yeah, you
moment.
just dropped this
Relationship
background.
nuggets. But they are watching, they will not listen to this one.
Yes.
Date yourself. Date yourself if you like yourself.
All right, so you talked about in your interviews how you had faced rejection when you got into the industry. And I want you to relate it to not just the industry now, but other aspects of life for different people. How do you deal with rejection? How do you understand that rejection is not the end? How was it for you? How did you go through that process?
Gratitude, period. If you're a grateful person, you know, say gratitude is the first key to success, understanding that nothing is beyond you. Like, I cannot be defeated by any other thing in life. You know what I mean? If you close one door on me, it's just an opportunity for me to knock on another door. Winners don't quit and quitters don't win, period. You know, people got to understand, a lot of people want success, but they just don't want to do the work to get it. They don't want to go through that pain. And there's no pain without gain. So every success story is somehow similar. The same fundamentals apply to all success stories. Rejection, rejection, rejection.
And
you know,
then
is overcoming, period. You know, if you want something, so if you don't want it that much, you make excuses.
You
You
know,
want
me-
it bad enough, you'll make it work.
No,
You know what I'm
but-
saying?
right.
And true purpose, and purpose doesn't have a duration. You know what I mean? It's a lifestyle.
You see,
Success doesn't have a duration.
I'd like you to talk to our men, because the truth is that a lot of men are in that quagmire of understanding which side to focus on. They put their hands in a few things, and they're not sure, because everybody wants to be successful, everybody wants to find purpose, everyone wants to feel like I am fulfilled. But a lot of men are having that emotional challenge, especially because when the women, their women folk, are doing way better than they are, especially in marriage and finances and all that. As a man who you are holding your own in your own regard, what would you say to men in your own shoes who are trying to find their space, find that thing that makes them man?
First, it's purpose. It's purpose. If you say when you're driven by purpose, you'll never be distracted by comparison or any other thing in life. A lot of things people lack is purpose, is understanding the why. You know what I mean? And purpose, you don't generate purpose in the middle or the end. In the beginning of your life, you need to know what you want. So a lot of people are already lost. And if you're not purposeful and you get married, you're a lost soul getting with another person who probably knows what they want or doesn't know what they don't want. Do you understand what I'm saying?
Right.
So it's a hard situation. First of all, you need God. You need prayers. You know, and for you to be God, I mean, for you to have God, you have to be godly. You have to try to do things right. You know what I'm saying? The fear of God is the beginning of wisdom.
On Instagram.
Yes, sir.
So let me say this. On Instagram, I'm seeing you all muzzle, fine
Muzzled
boy, suits, everything. And you're coming here, you're saying God, God, God. But on Instagram, you're
But you don't know, you've never known who I am. All you know is just the guy you see on TV.
Yeah.
And the image you wish to create for yourself.
Yeah.
Okay,
This
so
is the
you
first
pray.
conversation you're ever having with me.
All right, let me go on a quick break. When we come back, we'll find out more about your God. Stay with us. We'll be right back.
God bless Nigeria, a home for the strong, the bold, and the resilient. One that has created success stories all around the world. But imagine this, Nigeria. Imagine how much more success stories we can create. How much more growth we can acquire if our people had basic amenities. If we had good roads, good schools to educate our children, good healthcare system, hospitals. Imagine how many people we can empower if we had constant light and electricity. I believe in Nigeria. Nigerians are people of love, hope, and compassion. Together, we can build a greater Nigeria. God bless Nigeria.
Thanks for staying with us. So, Nina, you told us you believe in Nigeria, you love the Nigerian story, and we can see that in even your approach. But let me join that with the God factor, because people criticize Nigerians and say, we're too godly here. All we do is pray, pray, pray. And you also just tell us that you also pray. So in your view, how do we merge both love for country and love for God?
Which God?
Well, honestly, I don't know how to do that. But I'll tell you what's kind of weird about me is I've probably been to a church once in my life. You know what I mean? I'm not a religious person, but I'm a very spiritual person. Spiritual in terms of I know how to pick up my Bible and read it to use it to inspire myself and teach myself and motivate myself and teach. Yeah, very importantly, teach myself into making the right decisions and doing what I have to do. So there's a difference between being godly and being religious. So I think a lot of Nigerians are very religious, but not godly per se.
You have hit it there. But I want to ask, I want to ask you, I'm happy that you hit it. There's a difference between spirituality and religion.
Godliness.
Yeah, religiousness. But I wanted to ask you, in one of your quotes, you mentioned the fact that to succeed in Nigeria, largely, it depends on who you know. And we've heard that over and over and over. In your experience, how was it like for you? And how do you think we can do it better so that people succeed based on merit and not just because they know somebody who's in position to help them?
Well, in all places, all countries, I mean, the who you know factor, you can't rule it out anywhere in the world. You know what I mean? So, I mean, if you had to connect to Bill Gates, you'd be doing something to him. But at least Nigeria, we're developing, and a lot of good things are happening. People, better things are happening. There are a lot of people doing things by merits now. Social media has exposed a lot of things. There's a lot of equality now.
Okay.
Now it's a matter of grace and your hard work. I can speak for the movie industry. Prior to now, you had the marketers who had the power.
Yes.
To decide who was going to blow, per se, because of the limited exposure that we had. But now it's almost an equal opportunity for everybody. You can put a good movie online, and if God blesses your work, it blows, and you're somebody now. But you still cannot rule out, knowing somebody, because in my story, you got to know somebody. If God is going to help you in any way, it's got to be through
use somebody.
Yeah.
So let's talk about this physique. Now it has contributed to
Physics?
the success.
I didn't do physics in school.
You're bad.
Asking by an
All the muscles, because you see, clothes sit well on you. Yes, they do. I see your pictures.
Hey,
You look good.
Alaja.
Is that a factor to sit well on you?
He has shoulders.
That shoulder to carry the plate. Please take it as a compliment. But
I take it as a compliment.
Yes. So has that added in any way to the endorsements that you get, the kind of things that you get in your growth?
Alaja.
I didn't get the question.
How has your physique contributed to your success? Don't mind these people.
Oh, immensely. It's everything. It's the whole package. Everything adds to the overall picture. Everything. Physical, intelligence, everything, the positive and negative, is all part of the success organogram.
Nice.
Okay, so let's go back to family. And
Right.
I think that we say when you're young, Yoruba proverb says, that when you have a good story, you hide it. But what we see more online are those celebrities whose marriages have gone bad and they are everywhere to the extent that you think no celebrity has good marriages. I know you've gone through the roughs, and would you want to share that part of your story? Would you want to let people understand how we can live in the limelight and still preserve your home?
Well, I think I share that every day by me even being on social media. I mean, even being on Instagram. For every opportunity. The thing is, a person asked me a question before. He said, okay, you flaunt your wife and your children, more so your wife, it's like you're trying to oppress. I'm like, number one, yes. I did my book. Do you buy Ferrari and put that stuff and lock it down in your garage? No. You don't understand. But no, beyond even that, but this is how I have always been with my wife. This is who we are. You don't see me, I don't think you've been to my page and you see me on a private jet or whatever with my wife or wearing Gucci and Prada and all that. I can wear just slippers and pumps, and whatever I do with my wife indoors is what I put on my page. I don't do anything special. You know what I'm saying? My dream is, the life I live right now has always been my dream. You know,
So-
it's just before, I wasn't fulfilled. I didn't know what I was doing before. I was a lost man before. But, I worked hard and prayed hard, and now I'm proud of
Hallelujah,
myself.
brother.
And I'm living the same life.
Ladies, we like this kind of conversation. So
Yes,
let me stay on this for a moment. Because sometimes there are those women that see you as attractive, see you as somebody who...
And they want some.
This is just for a little bit. What this one that is flaunting, we still know how we're getting
We
it
can
at the
still
back.
collect
We
it.
still know at some point,
We want some.
you will have access. How do you manage those kinds of women that just
mosquitoes.
stick around?
Those mosquitoes.
They're just around.
I don't manage it. I don't manage it. I don't even pay no attention to it. I don't even know it exists. So let me tell you something. Whatever you focus on also grows. I'm a very serious person. I'm not a saint. Okay? I'm the kind of person that I believe if you want to achieve something in life, if you want the benefit of something in life, you also need to want the cost of it. Do you understand?
The benefits and the cost.
There's no time to play. It's your choice. Life is all about, you're not victims of your circumstances, but your decisions. Period. If I want to wreck my life right now, I know what to do. I wrecked my own life before. I tell the family to pada.
You gave yourself blame.
Benefits.
You mixed that,
You gotta
Mirayo.
make the
He
cost.
said, I wrecked my
life
life before,
before,
and
but
the
the
pada.
topada.
That means I rearranged my life by myself.
Fantastic.
So,
Well done.
Exactly.
It's so nice talking
It's
to you, really.
a thing of choice.
It's enlightening.
Let's know how Madame, how does she feel about all of this?
what role she's playing in
And what role
supporting you
is she
now?
playing?
How does she feel about what part?
Your life, your success, your career path. How does she feel about all of that, and how is she coping with it?
She's supporting.
Well, the truth is, my wife, she supports me, she loves me, but I can't speak for her. You know what I'm saying? Because the truth is this: the sacrifices we all make for each other. Life is all about sacrifices. The love, the marriage, the relationship. It's all about sacrifices. Now, certain things probably will not go well with her, but she looks and says, "Okay, this is the sacrifice I have to take. I have to make."
Okay, we
You know
have
what
to
I'm
run
saying?
off.
It's all about I make sacrifice. Do you understand? So if you speak to her, maybe one-on-one, she can tell you even things I haven't even realized is happening.
We have to run. What are you working on?
I'm working on this, Shame to Fame, the book.
The book.
My book is out now.
Shame
Even
to
your
fame.
picture looks
everywhere.
good.
As
You look like
in-
Kabiesi.
Picture.
You look like Kabiesi. Don't mind these people.
Report you to
Anyways,
Mr.
we have to
Zindiri.
run. Thank you very much. We need to bring you
You're
back.
welcome.
I would love to read your book. I love listening to you, and I
Please
think
do.
many people should
Get it
read
at
biographies.
www.bolanle.com on Amazon.
We'll search it out.
Ninalowo, do you have money for your wife to spend?
Lowo.
You got the money.
Oba has no winike. Leadership. Omo Koduma ni me.
Organi.
Don't get it twisted.
Ikozoga.
Have a fabulous weekend. Thank you very much
Thank
for
you.
joining us. That's
Thank you
all
guys
we
for having
can.
me. God bless you.
That's all we can take on the show today. Ladies, do we have any tweets before we run off?
Yes, so okay, one for Nino, so I hope he is watching. I'm a fan of Nino B, and I've always seen him, that's from Billy Kiss. I've always seen him as someone who's dedicated to his craft, disciplined with his work, though I've seen him in more on Yoruba movies. I checked out his book on Amazon already. Congratulations on the book launch.
Okay.
Please let me take this from Andrew. He's praising us. You have great and wise women in Akashat, BC, and TMO Speaks. They speak wisely and grow in wisdom daily. Maybe you should give them shares in the Your View franchise.
Me too, I'm looking for shares. Even me. People always assume that me, I have one kind of share. Trust me, we're all employees of TVC. Have a fabulous weekend. We'll see you on Monday. Bye-bye.